I picked up the nail with my tongue and quickly swallowed it, but the next second I spat out an egg. Then came the second and the third. People rushed over and threw money at me, but a trick like this can only be done once in the same place. So I hurried back home. The first thing I did was ask my mother to shake me hard. She barely used any strength, yet coins started falling out non-stop. Seeing her so happy, I promised my mother that one day I'd turn them all into gold coins, but as I grew older, I realized street performing could only keep me barely fed. If I wanted to fulfill that childhood promise, I had to pull off something big, so I found a reporter and spent all my savings.
Cash on a barrel. Says you can't hold the incomparable Houdini.
But the warden thought I was an idiot. I couldn't stand his insults, so I started yelling at him. As expected, I got thrown into a cell. Before I was taken away, my wife kissed me through the bars, but that moment made the warden suspicious. He ordered me to open my mouth, yet he found nothing. I even looked at him with a smug grin.
You don't get out, I keep you here overnight for disturbing the peace.
A real magician would never make such obvious mistakes. The key was indeed in my mouth, but I had hidden it deep in my throat. I looked down on him with disdain, because my goal was far bigger than this tiny prison. With that kiss through the bars, I made it to the front page of the newspaper. Now that I was famous, I knew every next show had to be more thrilling than the last. Otherwise, I'd be forgotten in no time. Just when I was running out of ideas, I met a genius prop maker named Jim. He caught my attention by performing tricks with his own gadgets. Then he introduced me to a new kind of handcuff he'd recreated, and a key that could unlock it in 1 second. Impressed by his work, I hired him as my assistant, and that's how my team was formed. Soon the Chicago police challenged me. This time the chief was fully prepared. They stripped me naked, chained my hands and feet tightly, even made a special mask for me, then called every reporter in town. They all waited to see me embarrass myself, but as soon as the door closed, something happened they never expected. I slowly opened my hands, showing 6 fingers, when everyone rushed back in. The cell was already empty. The media went wild. My fame skyrocketed, but I knew it still wasn't enough. To stay in the spotlight, I needed something even more daring. So I was shackled by the ankles and hung upside down in the air. 3 men slowly lowered me into a tank of water. I began struggling to break free. For this new device Jim had just built, even he wasn't completely confident. He watched me in the tank, trembling with fear. And as expected, an accident happened.